Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the earth signs and their twin flame connection. Earth signs, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram and TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. If you are here as a cross watcher, welcome. If you're here and you're not sure what a twin flame connection or a twin flame journey is, I have included a link to Gabi Kovalenko's full-length explanation of the twin flame journey, and she just does such a beautiful and thorough job explaining the intricacies of the journey. But in a nutshell, twin flames are two people who share the same energetic soul. Not everyone is a twin flame, and not everyone meets their twin in the same lifetime. The twins are usually made up of a runner and a chaser. So the chaser is somebody who usually recognizes their twin when they meet them. They may not call it twin flame, but they recognize that there's just something so unique and special and familiar about this person, and they are more inclined to chase and pursue and want to start a journey with that person. But the runner in the dynamic is very overwhelmed. They feel all of the same intensity of emotion, but they're very overwhelmed, and they tend to run from the situation because it can be a triggering relationship or dynamic for both people. So in this separation period between twins, they hopefully uncover their spiritual gifts through healing past wounds and past traumas, and use those newfound gifts or acknowledged gifts to raise the vibration of themselves and the world around them. That would be the mission of twin flames. It's not necessarily to be together in union with twin flame, with your twin flame, but it is about discovering that you are whole unto yourself and that you have the ability to change the world one heart at a time, I would say. So I am a twin flame in separation, and I do these readings to help other twins kind of navigate the journey. So I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. The first one is the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle deck for the base spread, and the Light Seers Tarot for the tarot portion of the reading. Cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for the earth signs and their twin flame connection. So I'm going to pull 4 cards for the base spread from the Oracle deck. All 4 cards are out. And 4 cards from the tarot. The first 2 cards are going to be your energy. The second 2 will be your twins. The third set will be the connection, the journey itself. And the fourth will be advice from spirit. Feel free to switch your pile with your twins pile if you resonate more with it, as twins often mirror one another. Sorry, I'm feeling a little, I don't know, I was just outside. I just came home from having a very beautiful brunch with a beautiful earth sign person, but I feel as though there's something kind of like a frog in my throat. So I don't know if there's some kind of hesitation as to what you think you're about to hear about your twin flame journey, or maybe perhaps there's so many, and you know, this is totally understandable, that there would be a lot of things left unsaid in your twin flame journey. So, sorry, let me just take a sip of tea. Okay, so let's start with the pile that is your pile. We start with the shark. So I read these cards intuitively. I'm sure they have other meanings in the booklet that was attached to this deck, but I read all of them intuitively. It's water sign energy. We can see here the only color in this image is the gums, right? Or in between the teeth, suggesting that it has just been fed. The shark energy seems like really intense. The shark doesn't ever stop moving. It never stops swimming. It never stops being on the hunt. There could be a coldness or harshness to your energy at the moment. Well, you know, the shark is just living out its nature. I don't think that it places any judgment on what it does. It simply is. It simply exists. And not calling you a predator of any kind, but there could be this zest or zeal within you right now to perhaps go after things, accomplishments, have victories or things that you deem hard won. So you could be focusing a lot on your career right now, focusing a lot on your goals and aspirations and having kind of a singular focus. And I don't feel as though you are super preoccupied with your twin. Like, yes, I almost feel like I'm talking to a runner. Like you care about your twin. I think you care about the journey insofar as you want to understand how it is influencing your life, but you're not necessarily super preoccupied by that at this time. I feel as though you are way more intensely focused on your goals. And with a Three of Pentacles in the reverse, clarifying the card, we can see here these three people kind of working on this tapestry. They're working together. This figure that is higher than the others usually represents spirit. So spirit kind of holding up the loom or holding up the framing, while these two characters kind of contribute their designs to it. It's a card of collaboration and co-creation, and the card is in reverse right now. The shark being on its own. I feel as though these two cards together tell me that you're really doing a lot on your own. You know, perhaps you could be retreating within yourself right now. We're going to get to your twins' energy next, but they have the Hermit card. So a little bit of that energy could be rubbing off on you as the twins mirror one another, right? I feel as though you are I just feel this such a singular focus with you right now, Earth signs. Eye on the prize, and that's that. And it's almost as if, you know, maybe there was some point where you thought your twin was going to join you in this effort, and then they have not. Or you found that maybe that partnership was not ideal for you to go after your endeavors, right? So like in my example, for my twin flame connection, my twin was very focused on his career, and it's one of many reasons why we parted ways, because he was focused on money and he was focused on his stability, which, you know, many years after the fact and a lot of soul searching and hermit mode and spiritual ascension, I can see things from his point of view, and I can understand. I could not understand at the time that I was with him how he could choose something like that over me, right? And not to be egotistical or arrogant, but like, I just, you know, love this person so much, but sometimes love is not enough. Clearly it wasn't. But looking back at it now, I can understand that he had to make a choice. He made a choice that was best for him. He did not make the choice that was best for us. But you got to do what you got to do. And even though it really hurt me, I can look back on it now and say, oh, I can, you know, while it still hurt me, I can understand it. I can see where his responsibilities were, because he's responsible for more than just himself. So I see this with you right now, you know, really singularly focused. What are you focused on? Is it career? Is it goals? What is it? What is this twin focused on? Thank you, Spirit. Stability, family, Ten of Pentacles in reverse. You may not feel that you have a lot to offer your twin. Now, that not in terms of your worth or anything, that's not what I'm saying, but you may be working on your foundation, trying to build that foundation. I'm having some issue with my throat chakra. I had this issue with the fire sign reading just for a second. I like I told you just now, I was out with friends and had no issues talking. So the fact that it's like my my vocal cords like cut out. It's like the feeling that you get when you're about to cry, get choked up in your throat. I don't feel sad. I just feel that choked up feeling. So maybe this is resonating with some of you, that you didn't feel as though you had anything to offer your twin. If I'm talking to a runner, that could be a very valid reason why you ran. It seems kind of harsh, but it's like when you love someone, let them go kind of thing. Ten of Pentacles. Pentacles energy is earth energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and talks about foundational energy, stability in finances, being surrounded by soul tribe. This is a difficult message to hear. I feel this sensation now on my eardrum. It's not Spirit's energy, it's your energy. I've only ever experienced that kind of feeling when the people that I am speaking to are having, there's resistance to hearing this message. I feel a lot of resistance. That's fine. I mean, it's just a message, just a channel message. You don't want to hear it, you can turn it off. I hope that you don't. But I feel a tremendous amount of resistance. It's not your spirit guides. That's okay. It's almost like I see this shark. You know how sometimes sharks, they kind of butt things with they like tap things with their nose. It's almost like I feel that shark just tapping against me. Something here that threatens you. Not necessarily in this, but just in this connection. I definitely feel like I'm talking to a runner. If it doesn't resonate, it's not your reading. That's fine too. But I feel like I'm talking to a runner. But I mean, you're here trying to understand, navigate this crazy journey. You know, it's very, very interesting. You know, a lot of people, a lot of readers especially, resist talking about twin flames, because it's, you know, when misused, the twin flame dynamic can be misunderstood. It can also be abused as a term. It's hard to describe if you're not a twin flame. It sounds like just pure craziness. And I mean, I'm a twin flame and it is pure craziness. But it's like, it can feel very isolating. You know, just trying to understand how you could possibly feel such intense feelings for just one person. You know, you could have had many romantic relationships in the past that maybe you love those people truly. You could have been married with those people and had high level commitments with those people, but there's no one that really gets under your skin, really entices you, angers you, frustrates you, enthralls you like your twin flame. Because they share something so intimate. It's like what they share with you is beyond words. It's pure, it's energy. How do you begin to explain that, articulate that to yourself or to other people? You can't, unless that other person is a twin. And then you don't have, this is the thing, I've met several twins. Not a lot, but I've met several, and like, you don't need to over-articulate it to another twin. They just get it. It's almost comforting. They just get it. So trying to work on your stability at this time. Eye on the prize, for sure. Your twin's energy. This came out in the fire sign reading, so your twin may be a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The bat. So in that reading, and it's coming out again, the bat is interesting. Comes out at night and relies on its sonar capabilities. It's kind of emitting like frequencies to be able to navigate the darkness, right? It just creates this impression of the landscape around it to be able to navigate around obstacles and barriers, to traverse the sky, right? So it's fascinating. And in that reading, Spirit's reminding me, I didn't just do that reading, I did that reading a couple hours ago, and Spirit's reminding me of what I said, because it applies here, that when I think of bats these days, I think of how the bat was given a bad rap during COVID, because the bat was the animal that was pinpointed, according to scientists, I don't know who, I cannot cite these references, but the bat was kind of the, what do they call it? Ground zero of COVID. And so I brought COVID up only to bring up the year 2020. 2020 was the year that I had my personal spiritual awakening, because we were all kind of inside trying to deal with ourselves, being in our own skin. That is when I discovered that my ex was my twin flame, through a series of crazy events. So that could have been when you discovered your twin flame. I don't know if you met your twin flame before and then just learned the definition or expression or label during COVID. A lot of twins came online during COVID, right? Because the pandemic was not just some casual walk in the park. It was devastating for the entire planet. There's so many things that are devastating to our entire planet that are less apparent, but so many twins came online. Why? Because, it's a sense that the earth was shifting into a new timeline. The twin flames had to kind of transmute all this energy. What is the purpose of the twin flame? It's to recognize our gifts and then to use those gifts to help others, help ourselves, right? Fill our own cup and then help others. So I bring this up because this is what the bat signals to me. Bat, get it? Bat signal. Okay, you may like Batman. Interesting. Your name might be Adam. And the only reason I say that is because I think of the original Batman, Adam West. So I'm not picking up on Bruce Wayne, but I picked up on Adam West, the actor. So your name might be Adam. or we could be talking about atoms, like atom. Your twin might be a scientist. The bat also features the moon energy. Secrets, illusion, confusion. I think that your twin is trying to navigate these murky areas in their life. It's clarified by the Hermit, number 9 of the Major Arcana. This is Virgo energy. Virgo, you showed up in your own reading. You can see here the Hermit kind of retreats up into the mountains or into the woods or into a space of isolation to find themselves, to have their spiritual awakening, to reflect on the past, to learn from it. They got the Hermit card in reverse though, so it's almost as if they're on this precipice of coming out of hermit mode. They're coming out of this space of deep, intense personal learning, right? Coming out, taking flight, trying to find their way. I get a clarifier for the twin, please. Earth signs twin. 6 of Swords. Moving away from chaotic circumstances into calmer waters. 6 of Swords. Swords is air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And it talks about this kind of quietly, there's a lot of night energy in your twins portion of the reading. All of this quiet night energy. They could be a night owl. They could have very prophetic dreams. Because remember, if you are experiencing this up-leveling of your spiritual gifts, if your intuition has been activated, and then it also means your twin is as well, right? Maybe you don't have the same gifts, but, you know, they could be activating their gifts as well. For the first time, I've had this deck 5 years now, and for the first time ever, I'm seeing this little tiny star at the front of the boat, or to the side of the boat. I can't tell if it's part of the boat or if it's part of a mountain in the distance, or if it's something we're walking away from. Star energy is healing. The star is what lights the way for the Hermit. Your person is trying to find themselves. I think they're trying to get out of a karmic situation. I really feel that strongly. They could be dealing with a karmic person right now. I don't think you, if this resonates with you, I don't think you like that person. Like, you and your twin might not be ready for each other, but whoever your twin might be with or might be surrounded by, maybe it's not a romantic thing, but whoever they're surrounded by, you don't like them. And I think they're realizing they need to move away from it because they don't like them either. See how there's red here? The red of the wings and the red of this garment. That feels relevant. Sticking out somehow. I stick out like a sore thumb. It's like there's something about your twin where it's like they try to be subtle, but they're not. I mean, they might think that they're a small personality, but you kind of see them as larger than life, right? Because it's such a small little creature. But to you, they take up a lot of space. Big energy. It's not a bad thing. It's just something, it's like a characteristic that I'm picking up on. trying to move away from a situation, a karmic situation. You know, and it's causing them to question themselves, like, how did I get into this in the first place? Right? For the connection, this is very intense, fire ant. And it's clarified by the Five of Wands. I mean, if I had to pick two cards that really echo one another, it would be these two. This is very synchronous. One, because the Wands is a fire energy, and you can see fire up here. But it's like controlled chaos, very aggressive. The connection is fraught, and it's loud, and it's and this could all be on the energetic realm, right? It could be in the 5D, where it's almost like you know, you and your twin love each other in the 5D. It's just love. It's all love. But in the Earth school, we're fighting against each other. We're nitpicking. We're just like, you did this, and you did this, and you did this. And Spirit wants to remind you, like, that energy when you just kind of erode away at your twin's confidence or their actions, you know, which maybe they deserve it, right? Anytime that you react to your twin in a hurtful way, which I hope that you don't, but you know that if you do, it's like you're doing it to yourself. And it's not a great place to be. Spirit's kind of saying, you know, because I often see this card as like working against ourselves, a kind of inner battle, working against ourselves. That's what this feels like too. It almost feels like an arena. It's like a dog match, dog cage match, or whatever they call it. Dog fighting. Awful. It's almost like Spirit is showing me, it's like if you continue to kind of resist the twin flame journey, which you have a right to do, you can never get rid of your twin. Your twin will always be your twin. No matter if you ever see them again, they will always be your twin. You can't cut that cord. But the more you kind of spew any kind of negativity at them, it's just going to bounce right back to you. And you know that. Some part of you knows that. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit agrees. Let's get a clarifier. Thank you. King of Pentacles in reverse. This is your energy. The King is, you know, the top of the food chain in the Pentacles suit. Somebody who has a lot of stability, a lot of finances, you know, a lot of self-confidence. You can see that smile on his face. I don't know why, but Spirit is saying Michael McDonald, like the singer. I don't know, he kind of looks like Michael McDonald. I've never thought that before, but like, okay, well, what's one of the most famous, I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember Michael McDonald, but one of the most famous songs that Michael McDonald ever had was called I Keep Forgetting. I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore. I keep forgetting things will never be the same again. I keep forgetting that you made that I keep forgetting that you made that so clear. I keep forgetting. And then the rest of the song, it's just like painting a lot of scenarios of conversations and encounters. I mean, that could be seen as a twin flame song. His counterpart in the 70s and 80s, his kind of duet singer was Kenny Loggins. Kenny Loggins was a twin flame. The singer Kenny Loggins, he wrote several songs about the twin flame journey. If you ever listen to his music, it becomes very clear. Like when you listen to some of his songs, Kenny Loggins was a twin flame. He wrote about it. He was quoted about being a twin flame. So anyway, I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore. I keep forgetting things will never be the same again. So that could be something that both of you are saying about the other. But because you're both saying it, it's like, it doesn't ring true to me. Like, okay, I guess we're not in love anymore. It's just like, of course you are. In the energetic, right? You always love one another in the energetic. And that's kind of like the crux of the whole thing. Like, why would we be born? Why would we sign up on a contract, a soul contract, to enter into this life only to be tortured by our twin? That sounds horrible, right? But I always like to imagine me and my twins sitting up on a cloud in the 5th dimension, being like, oh, Earth school, that would be fun. Yeah, let's do this twin flame thing and like, let's see how that goes. We'll learn some really good lessons and we'll get a kick out of it. Okay. The agony, just the pure agony of it sometimes. And I don't mean to be facetious. It's just like, I don't know what your reality is, Earth signs, but that's my reality, right? So they're giving me Michael McDonald. They're giving me that song. They're giving me that tension in the connection right now. And you would think, oh, like every twin flame reading would be like this. They're not. Some twins are really at peace with one another, right? That they might not see each other again, but they're at peace with themselves. Not every dynamic feels like this. So the advice from Spirit, got the Spider card. Spider, very resourceful, creator, like creates an engineer. Your person could be an engineer, creating something beautiful and intricate, but it's also serving a purpose. It's not just for beauty's sake. It's not just for the idea of symmetry. It's to capture, it's to harness. It's this sense that there is a divine intelligence behind things. That's the Spider energy. The Spirit wants you to recognize, yeah, you're caught in a web, very intricate web of the journey. Do we lean into that web and navigate our way through it? Or do we resist, and then we become entangled and there's no way out? So Spirit is showing me number 20, the Judgment card of the Major Arcana. It's up to you. Do you continue to take the journey? Spirit's not making you do anything. It is purely up to you. But if you do take the journey, if you do see all the ways that your twin triggers you, and then work on those triggers, work on, like, really question, where is that really coming from? How does that add to my insecurity? How can I learn from it and become stronger? If you choose to take the journey, continue to choose it, it's really rewarding. And it doesn't necessarily lessen the intensity of the hurt, but it increases the potency of the gifts and the connection with Spirit, for sure. I'm gonna get one more card of clarifier. Wow. Let's try that again. Yeah, I don't even know, about 30 cards just flipped over. One more, please. Thank you. Look, the Empress. The Empress is Taurus and Libra energy, number 3 of the Major Arcana. Taurus, you showed up in your own reading. This is beautiful. My favorite card in any tarot deck. The Master Attractor. The ultimate divine feminine, representing the power of all 4 queens. Fertile, creative, abundant. A person who knows their worth and knows what they deserve. Spirit is reminding you of this. No matter what, remember your boundaries, your self-respect, your self-worth. Remembering that will only serve you. That's your reading, Earth signs. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Earth signs.